What's up, baddies, and welcome back to the Blitz Babes. It's Aeron.
And I'm Sarah, and week 12 was defined by wild overtime finishes, shocking clutch performances from underdogs, and a major shakeup at the top of the standings. So let's get right into our opening segment, this week's Slays and Nays.
This week, we just dogged on the Texans. So,
My slay was the Texans' red uniforms and the red helmets.
yes, I agree. They look so nice. I wish that was their normal away uniforms because they're so nice. Like the, I love the metallic helmets and the all red. Like I really like all the color rush uniforms, but that metallic red, so nice.
Yeah, it is, I think, my favorite uniform, like, of all time.
I think
I
so
might even
too.
go as far as to say that. And they look a lot better in it when they're winning.
That is also true. That is also true. I did also I love lions in black too, but I always say that like every time they wear black, I love
Yeah.
when they wear black
Me
because
too.
it's just looks so nice. And when JMO wears his baggy undershirt, it doesn't look as bad.
Right.
My nays were also for the Texans. I don't know if you noticed, but the Texans, like specifically like D'Amico and I think like the offensive coordinator, or no, the defensive coordinator, they had like a long sleeve shirt and it had like a patch on the left titty.
I didn't see it. Or I did see it, but I guess I didn't notice.
I didn't like that it was just on the front. Like the patch wasn't on the back
Mm.
or like extend through the sleeves. Like it just looked random and not
Oh,
stylish.
when you say patch, you mean like it had like a spot, not like an actual like physical like patch.
Yeah, patch as in like
Oh, okay.
the portion of the shirt was a different color.
Oh, I see. I actually do remember seeing that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you don't like the asymmetrical,
I think it would be fine if it extended through the sleeve.
but it just stopped.
It just stopped and it didn't even go on the back. Like it was
Mm,
just literally just the titty.
I see. Interesting.
So I wasn't a fan. And I thought it was really corny that CJ Stroud was wearing a playbook on his wrist while he was in full sweats. Like he literally was looking at plays while he was in full sweats just on the sideline.
He's rehearsing.
I'm like what are you doing?
No, that is a little bit goofy.
Like
He's
you're gonna go out
trying.
there?
He's trying hard. He wants everyone
Mm,
to know that he is not slacking off, even though he is in concussion protocol. He is very hard at work.
I don't know. Well, maybe he can come back next week. That would be really nice. I think because they did played on Thursday, so it's like the baby bye. So they're not even
Yeah,
gonna
that
play
would be nice.
until next Sunday. So we'll see. Did you have any nays?
Mm, nothing that really stood out to me that I can
Yeah,
remember.
me either. Like usual, if you're enjoying today's show, let us know below.
Hit the like and subscribe button right now. And for this week's comment, if you had to describe your team as a traditional Thanksgiving side dish, what would it be?
I think that the Lions are like stuffing, because you can hate it or love it. It's always gonna be there. High risk, high reward. You're risking bringing it because not everyone loves it, but the people who do love it go all in.
Mm,
And I
that's
would say that
respectable.
describes, yeah, that describes my Lions.
Period.
What about you?
I think if my Texans were traditional Thanksgiving side dish, I think they would be mac and cheese because most people's mac and cheese is ass. So you show
That's
up to
fair.
Thanksgiving and it's usually bad, but you still try every year because every once in a while you come across a really good one and your expectations are all set, and then the next year you're just disappointed again.
That's fair. And mac and cheese is one of those things that you know you love. You love mac and
Mm.
cheese, but
Oh
you
yeah,
may not love everybody's mac and cheese. But because you
it's
love it
hard.
so much, you go back to it.
It's hard to come across a good one. A really good one.
But you know you love it, so you stay
You're
loyal
right. Yep. Even though you've been disappointed so many times.
so many times. Burnt and soggy at the same time, gooey the
Right.
next.
Dry.
Try. Well, let us know what you think about our answers and comment yours down below. Now, let's get into some serious stuff with the injury report. As a disclaimer, this is not a comprehensive list of every single injury that happened last week or the weeks prior. We just cover some of the more notable ones. All right, first up, we have Adrian Hill, who was the head official for the Bills Texans game. He was running toward the action after a Bills snap wore down and came up limping and grabbing at his left knee. He wasn't able to walk that one off, and he was subject to the 5 words no NFL player wants to hear.
Or
They're going to
ref.
call for the cart. They're calling for the cart. He did not return.
Damn. Do you think he tore his ACL?
It was an Achilles sprain. So it
Uh,
wasn't, yeah, I don't think there's any structural damage. That's what he said, but it was an Achilles sprain. I think he just like, he must have not warmed up, before before the game started. And I guess he got to sprinting and it didn't work out for him. We got T. Higgins,
oh.
concussed. Concussed,
Yay.
ruled out. He will enter protocol and he will miss Thanksgiving game.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That guy's on my team.
Oh, you'll be fine without him. It's fine. Yeah.
I have more people on this list on my team. It's okay.
Well, we have Alvin Kamara. Is he on your team?
No.
Oh,
Not
okay.
this one.
Okay. Thank God.
Thank God.
His knee is a twisted or an MCL concern. Ruled out in the second half. He is expected to get an MRI to determine the severity and impacting the short-term backfield for the Saints.
Oh, man.
And last but not least, we have Baker Mayfield with a shoulder injury.
No. I fall to my knees. No.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
He suffered the injury late in the first half, but initial reports suggest there's no structural damage. Outlook for week 13 is still uncertain. So you better keep an eye on that, Sarah.
I know. What? He came out and then he went back in and then he came back out. So, but prayers up to these players. Hope they recover very swiftly.
Godspeed.
And now for the juicy stuff. Gather around and get your mugs ready because it's tea time. We don't have too much on this list, but sorry.
Yep, gotta take a sip. Tell
Straight
us what
vodka,
we're
by the way.
sipping on. Oh,
Just kidding. It's water. I'm sorry. All right, so this week's tea time is centered around Brandon Aiyuk, who is currently recovering from a major knee injury, ACL and MCL tears, which he suffered last October. He's been on the physically unable to perform list all season. And leading up to week 12, the whispers turned into shouts when a bombshell report indicated that the relationship between the player and the franchise has completely broken down. The 49ers reportedly avoided more than $27 million in guaranteed money from Aiyuk's contract for the 2026 season. The team cited a failure to fulfill contractual obligations due to Aiyuk's reported lack of communication and missing meetings during his long rehab process. The guaranteed money primarily consisted of a massive option bonus scheduled for 2026. So while the immediate voided guarantee is $27 million, this move effectively nullifies the entire structure of the 4-year, $120 million extension that he signed in 2024. By accepting the team's decision, Aiyuk ensures that he has likely played his final snap in a San Francisco uniform and walks away from the $85 million or more in potential future earnings over the life of that contract, which is 2026, 2027, and 2028. So What started as a contract hold-in to get paid has now turned into a clean and costly split, giving the 49ers a clear path to release or trade him this offseason.
That is so crazy. When the news first broke, I was like, "Oh my god!" I texted you immediately. I was
Oh,
like, "What the
yeah.
fuck? Did you hear about this? This is crazy." Because I know that he was in battle like for that contract to begin with for a
Mm-hmm.
long time, and it's
Right.
also crazy because last week and during tea time, you told us about other players missing meetings and having disciplinary
Yes.
consequences, and now like this too. I was like, bro, what the fuck is happening?
It's crazy.
Right.
I guess we'll have to see. But we also have tea time. The Las Vegas Raiders made a surprise move by reportedly firing offensive coordinator Chip Kelly Sunday night following a 24-10 loss to the Browns. This marks the sixth time the team has scored 10 points or fewer this season. The Raiders had a bottom three offense all year, and the move demonstrates the pressure on head coach Pete Carroll and the organization. I have a funny story about this.
Tell me.
Okay, so I'm on YouTube. This is embarrassing. I'm on YouTube and I'm scrolling and I get a video. It was talking about this, and they
Hmm.
said that they're I think he's the quarterback coach. Greg Olson on the Raiders is I think believe the interim offensive coordinator now that Chip Kelly is gone. But I'm watching the video, bitch. I thought they meant Greg Olson, the fucking commentator, the tight end. I was like, wait. I don't know shit about football. I'm like, wait. Greg Olson, the commentator, is going into coaching? Like, what? No, it's different. Greg Olson, dumbass. Why are
Wait,
there
but
two guys named Greg Olson
I was
in
gonna
the
say
like
that you're not a
NFL?
dumbass for that because that is so like you you know the only person that would know
Yeah,
the difference is Albert, so don't feel bad.
that's so true. He knows
At least you knew the
everything.
commentator.
Yeah, right. Well, I love Greg Olson. I think he's funny, but and I don't know. I kind of keep up with the commentators a little bit. I think my favorite is Chris Collinsworth. He's
Yeah, we talked about him
goofy.
last week.
We were
Um,
watching. Oh, go ahead.
I'm
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I've been getting into like some of like the commentator like I used to think they were so boring and they would just yap too much because I was still trying to figure out, football. So I was like, you're not really teaching me anything right now, and like you're really boring. But now that I understand football by watching it, I could listen and know what they're
Yeah.
saying, and they do have tea. It's so funny.
Yes, and some of them are just goofy. Like, uh, we were watching I think the last game, and Chris Collinsworth was commentating. I was talking to Albert about it, and like I don't remember what specifically he said, but he's always saying like sus shit. Like whenever you watch those compilations where it's like commentators say really sus things, it's always Chris Collinsworth. And Albert was like, I think he's seen it and he does it on purpose because there's just no way that he just consistently
Yeah,
says this shit on accident. Like I don't know. I live
that's a
for
good
it though. I think
point.
it's hilarious.
I
I
do
think
love
it's
those
so funny.
compilations.
Chris Collinsworth stays saying like the most like Ayo pause. Like why does he have to word
Yeah,
the shit that he says the way that he does? I don't know.
yeah,
That's why he's
like
my
so
favorite.
I don't know if he's been commentating for the Broncos, but like the Broncos have had a lot of sacks this year, so they're
Mm.
always like whoever's commentating, they'll always say something about the sacks, and they're always like, yeah, like this team is known for its sacks, and they get really big, great sacks all year. They have great sacks. I'm like, bruh, what's up with you and
Yeah.
sacks?
No, literally. No, literally. Or he'll be like, they'll do like a run play and he'll be like, he's just pounding through the wide open holes. Hey, why
Yeah,
are you saying this, bro? And it's
no,
always Chris
literally,
Collinsworth. I swear he's doing this shit on purpose.
right.
He
I think
can't
like
wait. The meme from Breaking Bad where he's like, he can't keep getting away with this.
no, literally. Yeah, like, and I think like there was another one exactly the same where it's like his backside was wide open, and they're just like, I'm like, bruh,
It had
what
to
do
be
you
Chris
mean what
Collinsworth.
do you mean by that? Why was his backside wide open?
Oh my god, no, it's so true. It's so funny. I and that makes the game so much more fun to me.
It does. I love
Oh,
it.
speaking of fun games, they're doing a damn. I think it's Monsters Inc. They're doing a Monsters Inc. game next week. You know how they did the SpongeBob one?
Yeah.
They're doing a one that's like the same thing, but instead of SpongeBob and Patrick commentating, it's Mike Wazowski and Sully from Monsters Inc. I think it's
Oh
on
my
Disney Plus,
goodness.
and I
Oh my
will be tuned in.
goodness. I will tune in too now that I have it.
Yeah, right. I thought about it because you said that you just got Disney Plus. I was like, this is perfect.
Thank you for letting us know. Now, if you do have Disney Plus or the ESPN bundle, whatever reason you may have it, don't forget to tune in and listen to Mike Wazowski and Sully commentate. That's gonna be so much fun. Because I love when they did the little animations on the field too and the scoreboard.
Yes, it's so much
Like
fun,
like
and
it was so fun.
I love how they commentate it in a way that's like so easy to understand, and they take the time to like explain what's going on and what the different terminologies and stuff mean.
Yeah.
At least they did with the SpongeBob one, which I know because it's for kids, but it's also great for people who like are barely getting into football like how we were before we started the podcast, and a lot of girls that don't really know all the technical terminologies and stuff. I'm number one stand because I think it's a great way to like get into the game and have fun and just learn so much.
Exactly. So you hear
So
that, baddies? Go tune in.
yeah, go tune
Learn more
in.
about football because this isn't an educational podcast. We're just yappers, but go watch it and then let us know what you think. Now we got all that good stuff out of the way. Let's turn our attention to those teams who proved themselves this week. It's time for the glow up of the week.
I have to. I know every week I come on here and my team, the Texans, is either the glow up of the week or the fumble of the week, depending on their performance. I try not to, but sometimes I'm just. It's like the mac and cheese. Sometimes I just get a little taste of glory and success, and I feel like I can conquer the world. So,
And this one was ooey gooey, so I
ooey
don't blame
gooey,
you.
period. So, while oh sorry, with CJ Stroud still sidelined due to a concussion, the Houston Texans faced the daunting task of hosting Sir Joshua Allen and the high-powered Buffalo Bills on a short week for Thursday Night Football. Under the leadership of Coach DeMeco Ryans, the Texans defense delivered an all-time great performance, completely neutralizing one of the league's most explosive offenses and carrying the team to a massive 23-19 victory.
I didn't think they could do it.
Honestly, I didn't think so either, but that one time that we went to the game and they played the Bills, they won that game with a walk-on
That's
field
true.
goal. So I was like, it has been done before, but CJ Stroud is out. We're really
That's
going to
true.
have to rely on the defense, but honestly, girl, the defense has just been I I would even go as far as to say that I think the Houston Texans have the best defense in the league right now.
Oh, nah, for sure.
I'm not trying to be biased. There are teams that have really great defenses, and it is very close with some of them. But I think that the Texans' defense is like, wow, it's just incredible to
For
watch.
sure. And I think that's what we talked about last week is when
Yep.
it was the best defense in the league versus the
Mm,
worst offense in the league. So,
right. So, there have been times where they get exposed. However, when
or
they
they
can
kill
like,
people.
yes, then that too. But when they can lock in and
Mhm.
like they play to their full potential, they are
Mhm.
so scary. And I will say that I think that they have the best defense in the league when they
When it's
have their shit
tightened up,
together.
yeah, for sure. I agree.
Anyways, the Houston Texans are we'll get into it. The Houston Texans are my unequivocal choice for my glow up of the week, proving that a dominant, relentless defense can absolutely dictate the outcome against any opponent. This victory, which moved the team above .500 for the first time this season, was a testament to their suffocating pressure and clutch playmaking. The Texas, the Tex, the Texans. Anyways, the Texans' defensive line delivered a pass rushing clinic that tormented Bills quarterback Josh Allen all night, ensuring he was never comfortable in the pocket. Houston's defense registered a franchise record tying 8 sacks on Josh Allen. That is the most sacks that Josh Allen has had in a single game in his entire career. Defensive end Will Anderson Jr. recorded 2.5 sacks, while Danielle Hunter added 2, spearheading a ferocious attack that resulted in Allen being hit a total of 12 times. The pressure led directly to critical takeaways. Safety Kalen Bullock was the biggest playmaker, sealing the victory with an interception in the final minute and also forcing a crucial fumble in the third quarter that led to a Houston field goal. The Texans allowed only 13 points from the Bills' offense. Buffalo's total included a 97-yard kickoff return touchdown. So this stellar effort shut down a Bills team that had averaged nearly 30 points per game, frustrating Josh Allen into 2 interceptions and 0 passing touchdowns. Despite starting backup quarterback Davis Mills for the third straight game in place of the injured CJ Stroud, the offense managed the game perfectly, converting crucial opportunities when the defense created them. Davis Mills efficiently tossed 2 first-half touchdown passes, one to Christian Kirk and one to Jaden Higgins, ensuring the defense's efforts were rewarded with 7 points instead of 3. And after the Bills briefly took the lead on a kickoff return touchdown late in the second quarter, the offense showed composure, marching 75 yards in just 6 plays to retake the lead 20-16 right before halftime. A massive psychological swing. The defense's defining moment, however, came in the final minutes. Despite allowing an incredible hook and ladder play that converted a 4th and 27, the Texans did not waver. With the Bills in the red zone and threatening to score, the defense locked down, forcing a false start penalty and ultimately ending the game when Kalen Bullock intercepted Allen on 4th and 6 at the Houston 9-yard line. This final decisive stop secured a pivotal 23-19 victory and kept the Texans firmly in the AFC playoff hunt. So to the Houston Texans, this was a collective masterpiece anchored by a relentless defense that proved it is among the elite units in the entire NFL this season.
Period. You know what's crazy is that Davis Mills and CJ Stroud kind of have the same record, and Davis Mills did it in less games.
That's crazy.
Like if you think about it, right? Because
he's not bad.
No, I'm not saying he is.
No, I know.
I'm just saying.
Separate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. You're right.
Like I'm surprised. Yeah. Like I'm surprised by his performance. Because you know sometimes backup come in and it just goes to shit.
Jacoby Brissett.
No,
just saying.
But yes, I mean I will say like the defense is pulling a lot of this weight, but it's like I said, like the offense is still doing what it needs to do, what they need to have that edge. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're like incredible, amazing, sensational, but he's doing what needs to be done.
For sure, yeah, because it's like you said previously, they would have just had to settle for 3, but this time they got the 7, or the 6, and then plus the extra point. So that was great.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because the Bills' defense is questionable, but I think his performance improved. Like his performance has been improving. Like I think he looked a lot better this game than like the last few games, but it could just be because the Bills' defense is very questionable.
I do think that he's getting more comfortable too.
Right.
I feel like that sometimes that can happen with backup quarterbacks, is that like, kind of just get thrown out there. Like I know you practice with them and all that, but since you're not starting, you don't have to worry about pressure. And then when you do get the
Yeah.
pressure, you feel it different because everybody's
Yeah.
relying on you to be a backup to the number one. So it's like,
Right. That's
ooh,
true. Yeah. So hopefully, you know,
right, right,
I keep going back to my mac and cheese analogy. Like I got a little taste of, a great
right.
mac and cheese, but I have to remember all the times that I have been disappointed in the past. So that's my mentality with the Texans. I try not to get my hopes up. What a great,
Right.
beautiful game against Josh Allen, but one game at a time.
This is true. I know we keep promising you guys playoff pictures, but this upcoming weekend there are no bye weeks, and after that there will only be um like a couple of, or like a few more weeks left. So we'll do an
Right.
updated playoff picture then after no buys because I think it'll be a little
Perfect.
bit clearer.
Right. Okay. Cool. What was your glow up?
Mine was actually the Browns.
The
Um,
brownies.
ew,
Oh,
Brownie the elf.
I forgot about her. My
Yeah,
apologies.
she's
I
yeah.
take it back.
Sorry. Um, Facing the Las Vegas Raiders on the road and starting a rookie quarterback for the first time, the Cleveland Browns delivered a statement victory powered by an utterly dominant, record breaking performance from their defensive unit. This wasn't just a win, it was a one sided destruction of the opposing offense, allowing the Browns to earn a much needed 24-10 road victory. The Cleveland Browns defense is my choice for our glow up of the week, proving that a premier pass rush can completely nullify an opponent's entire game plan. The commanding performance was defined by a historic effort from the defensive line. Led by Defensive Player of the Year candidate Myles Garrett, put on an absolute relentless clinic that the Raiders' offensive line had no answers for all afternoon. The Browns defense generated an astounding 10 sacks of Geno
Wow.
Smith, suffocating the passing attack and constantly forcing the ball out quickly or into bad decisions. This was the highest sack total by any team in the league this season. Kind of
Wow.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Myles Garrett was unstoppable. He had 3 sacks of his own and settled a new record for the Browns franchise for the most sacks in a single season. His constant pressure and disruption anchored a unit that accounted for 17 total quarterback hits.
Yeah. I know he'll be feeling that the next day.
Literally. And he's not young.
Mm-mm.
He's not young. And the destruction wasn't limited to the edges. Malik Collins was equally dominant from the interior, recording a career high 2.5 sacks and contributing 3 tackles for loss. And the defensive line's performance led coach Kevin Stefanski to call the effort simply incredible. No
Mwah.
words. Chef's kiss, if you will. And despite handing the reins to rookie quarterback Shador Sanders for the first time, or excuse me, for his first NFL start, same thing, first time, the offense was efficient and most importantly made big plays when the defense needed them to. The offense generated several explosive plays that translated directly into points, including Sanders connecting on a 52-yard bomb to Isaiah Bond, which set up a touchdown run on the very next play. Later, running back Dylan Sampson took a short pass and turned into a 66-yard touchdown reception, the Browns' longest pass play of the season, while sealed the victory late in the game. That sealed the victory late in the game. Sanders was efficient, completing 55% of his passes for 209 yards and only taking 1 sack, thanks to a conservative, well designed game plan. The offense kept the mistakes minimal and supported a dominant defensive effort. I don't think that's a bad game, considering this was his very first NFL start. He hasn't had too many chances this year, and he was playing against the Raiders, so I think that it was a very good start for him, like good
Yeah.
chances. Um, but I think that he performed very well.
Period.
And this victory was a perfect example of complementary football. a franchise record defensive effort that kept the opposing team in check, and an opportunistic offense that made the highlight reel plays necessary to turn that defensive dominance into a comfortable win, which is great because there was a play. What is his name? Judkins?
Oh, Quenchon
Jud,
Judkins?
yeah. Judkins. There was like, I don't know if you saw, but there was like a play like he caught the ball and he was just like skipping around, dilly dallying, and then he got the ball like punched out of his arm.
I did not see that. How many
Yeah,
times has that happened? How many
who
times
knows?
have we seen that shit happen? Crazy.
Like,
Or them
why did
dropping it
you?
on the 1 yard line as they're running into
Oh,
the.
oh my God! Yes, last year that was so fun. But yeah, like he was just like it was a really good play. It was a lot like a deep pass, and like he just got either too cocky, confident, whatever, slowed down a little bit, and got his shit rocked.
Damn.
Yeah.
He won't do that again.
No, no, that was bad.
Well, we showed love to the teams who glowed up. Now it's time to talk about the ones who absolutely fumbled the bag. Tell me about your fumble of the week.
All right. After building an 11-point lead and looking poised to solidify their status as one of the AFC's top contenders, the Indianapolis Colts traveled to face the Kansas City Chiefs and had an embarrassing loss. The reigning champions capitalized on a series of self inflicted wounds, offensive paralysis, and squandered chances, ultimately mounting a comeback to steal a 23-20 overtime victory. Yeah. The
Boo.
Colts are our well deserved fumble of the week after the agonizing loss to the Chiefs. The defeat was defined by an unprecedented offensive collapse in the game's final 23 minutes. The Colts took a commanding 20-9 lead late in the third quarter. The defense had successfully contained Patrick Mahomes, including an early pick and forced fumble. With the ball back and the lead in hand, the offense needed to do was sustain a drive to drain the clock and seal the win. Instead, they shut down. The Colts offense ran 12 plays for a mere 13 net yards on their final four possessions, which were three in the fourth quarter and one in overtime. Crucially, they did not record a single first down this entire span. And despite a strong commitment to the run game for much of the first half, star running back Jonathan Taylor had only one carry on his first three drives of the fourth quarter. Head coach Shane Steichen put the game entirely in the hands of Daniel Jones, who struggled with efficiency and critical down conversions. On what became their final offensive possession of regulation, facing third and 10, with 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, the Colts punted after a short 6 yard completion. The decision to punt was made from their own 37-yard line, but the team's final act of that drive was a delay of game penalty that pushed them back 5 yards before the punt. This costly mental error saved the Chiefs precious time and field position, ultimately allowing Mahomes to engineer the game-tying score and force overtime. It was insane. The offensive disappearance forced a tired defense to remain on the field against one of the most potent offenses in the league for virtually the entire second half. The defense was on the field for over 42 minutes of the game, gradually wearing down the relentless pressure from the Chiefs offense. After the offense's final three and out in overtime, the defense gave up a 30-yard completion on third and 10, setting up the game-winning field goal. They had nothing left in the tank after the offense failed to provide any support. This was catastrophic, poor execution, conservative play calling during the most critical moment. To the Colts, you fucking suck. And you're my fumble of the week.
Damn. I hated this game because they were doing so well and then they just literally fucking fumbled. Like,
Like literally, like it was so bad. And then fucking the Chiefs were being so annoying in overtime. Like they kept, like going for trying to get closer but not scoring. Like you knew you're gonna kick a field goal. So why, like, you're just trying to run out the clock? Just fucking kick it. Like, they obviously can't perform right now, anyways. So I don't know what
Mm,
really went on with them. I don't think they actually suck. I think that they do still have a strong chance at playoffs, but it's just like, bruh, we needed this. We needed them
I
to lose.
know. Yeah. Yeah. They just kind of let the game get away from them after having such a
Right.
strong start. Very frustrating.
Yeah. And maybe it's because of like the bye. Maybe they just cold start and it wasn't good, but damn.
I don't know.
Can't lose that momentum, guys.
Mm-mm. Crazy.
Right. You want to talk about your fumble of the week?
Yes. My fumble of the week was the Philadelphia Eagles. So,
Yeesh.
I mean, I was glad they lost, but I didn't think they were going to lose. Crazy.
Right.
Um, The Philadelphia Eagles traveled to Dallas for a monumental NFC East showdown with the Cowboys and delivered an unforgettable performance. Unforgettable because it was absolute madness in taking a commanding victory and watching it evaporate. After jumping out to a three-score lead, the Eagles' offense entered a deep freeze and the team's discipline crumbled, allowing the Cowboys to execute a historic comeback and steal a brutal 24-21 win. The Philadelphia Eagles are the well deserved recipients of my fumble of the week after their agonizing defeat in Dallas. The loss was defined by an offensive unit that went completely silent and a series of late game self shooting wounds that halted any attempt to close out the rivalry contest. The Eagles were flawless in the first half, scoring touchdowns on their first three drives to take a massive 21-0 lead early in the second quarter. But from that point on, the offense disappeared, getting blanked for the final 42 minutes of the game. After their third touchdown, the Eagles' offense failed to score another point. This included being completely shut out in the entire second half and the final 2 minutes of the first half, allowing Dallas to score 24 unanswered points. Following their third touchdown, the Eagles punted on four of their next five full possessions, generating little offense and failing to give their defense any meaningful rest or field position. With the score tied 21-21 in the final minutes, the offense was driving to win the game. Instead, running back Saquon Barkley lost a costly fumble after being stripped, giving the ball back to the Cowboys at the Philadelphia 48-yard line with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left. This egregious turnover erased a potential game-winning scoring drive and directly set up the Cowboys for their eventual game-winning field goal. Even before the fumble, the Eagles' lack of discipline and poor execution constantly hindered their efforts to reestablish control. The Eagles were flagged for a massive 14 penalties for 96 yards, a highly
Yeah.
uncharacteristic number for a top contender. Many of these came at critical times, including a hands to the face penalty on the offensive line that negated a completion that would have given the Eagles a first down deep in Dallas territory in the fourth quarter. And late in the third quarter, the Eagles had a chance to extend their lead beyond one score. The drive stalled, and kicker Jake Elliott, who had been perfect all season, missed a 56-yard field goal attempt, giving the ball back to the Cowboys. The missed points and the resulting field position were pivotal, as Dallas took the ball and promptly drove for the game-tying touchdown. This performance marks the first time since 1999 that the Eagles have lost a game after holding a lead of at least 21 points. To the Philadelphia Eagles, this was a collective failure defined by an astonishing inability to sustain offensive production and hold on to the football, transforming an early blowout into a devastating divisional loss.
That is, it was insane, actually. I really thought that they were going to lose, the Cowboys.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I'm glad that they won, but
Yeah,
damn.
same. But yeah, I don't know what got into the Eagles. The Cowboys had perks for breakfast. I don't know.
Right.
But
Right.
that was a hard loss for the Eagles.
Right. No, literally. It was pretty ugly.
Well, shout out to our glow ups of the week and boo to our fumbles of the week. But let's go ahead and get into some of the more notable games you want to talk
Yeah.
about. Your Lions.
My babies. Yes.
I
All
I
right.
I got a lot to say about Mr. Gibby, Sir Gibby.
Hell yeah. And um the reason that they were not in my globe of the week is that it shouldn't have been that close. Like it shouldn't have been that good of a game. But whatever. The Lions played the Giants at home, 27-34 in overtime. I'm gonna run through these stats and we can yap. But Jameer Gibbs dominated with 264 scrimmage yards and three total touchdowns, including a decisive 69-yard touchdown run on the first play of overtime to take the lead. It was so crazy. I loved it. Um, Shout out to the Giants quarterback, Jameis Winston. He had a typical high variance performance, throwing for 366 yards and two touchdowns, including a 39-yard touchdown bomb on the first drive and catching a pass for a 33-yard run touchdown to inform himself. Detroit kicker Jake Bates hit a crucial 59-yard field goal with 33 seconds left in regulation to force the overtime after the defense had a huge goal line stop. And lastly, Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson sealed the win by sacking Winston on 4th and 5 in the Giants' only overtime possessions. This game was crazy. There was like 1,100 yards of offense. I was like, oh my goodness, what the heck is going on? Are they going to lose? Are they going to win? Are they going to lose? Don't disappoint me.
Yeah, this game gave me a heart attack. I mean, it
I
was
was
just
like,
so
ooh,
crazy.
ooh.
Bruh, I think Jameer Gibbs had like 57 points on fantasy or something
Yes.
absolutely diabolically insane. That was so crazy.
Yes, he
And Jameis
did. I
Winston,
was like,
too.
wow.
I think Jameis Winston was like the highest scoring quarterback, I think. He had
That's
like 30
crazy.
something points. Yeah. So, what a game. Yeah, he caught a pass for a touchdown as the quarterback. I love when they do that. I think it's
Me
hilarious.
too. Me too. And then what is it that he said that Russell Wilson said he did the Heisman? I was like, hell yeah, he did. And
That's
then
so crazy.
post game also Jameer was like, Saint said get a touchdown. So I did. Like during overtime. So I was like,
Right.
wow. Shout out to Gibby boy
Yeah, shout out to Gibby Boy.
and Aid Hutch.
And Nate Hutch and Jameis Winston.
I do, yeah, definitely shout out to him. Even though the Giants are no longer contenders, haha, sneak peek into next week's playoff picture, but unfortunately they have been eliminated from the playoffs. I
Womp
still
womp.
love Jameis Winston, and I really feel like the Giants should be kicking themselves for not starting him for the first three games of the season. They probably would have been further.
Right. Well, another game that went into overtime was the Jags versus Cardinals 27-24. The Jags overcame a massive -4 turnover differential. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions and had one lost fumble, thanks to Trevor Lawrence's 3 touchdown passes. And the Jaguars' defense was the ultimate hero, sacking Cardinals quarterback Jacoby Brissett 6 times and pressuring him relentlessly. Kicker Cam Little kicked a go-ahead 52-yard field goal in overtime, and the game ended when the Jags defense broke up a deep pass on 4th and 4 from the Cardinals' 42-yard line. Arizona scored early off a fumble recovery for a touchdown from Walter Nolan, and cornerback Garrett Williams had a key end zone interception.
The game was interesting. I felt like those two teams are pretty similar,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was still like
There were so many overtimes this week.
that. Yeah, lots of overtimes and lots of how do you say, like recoveries, like
Mm-hmm.
lots of teams having to recover from their own mistakes,
Yeah,
which
I
is
mean,
pretty interesting.
yeah. Even I mean, we'll get into it later, but the 49ers Panther game was just a turnover central. Um,
Turnover town.
yeah,
Yeah.
turnover town.
But yeah, our next game we have Steelers versus Bears. They were 28 to 31. The Bears defense secured two crucial takeaways by Nashawn Wright and Montez Sweat for interception and a strip sack, respectively, increasing their season total to an NFL leading 24 takeaways. Caleb Williams threw for three touchdowns with no picks this time, overcoming a rough day for the Bears' rushing attack, which only had 99 total yards, and DJ Moore had two of those touchdown receptions. Mason Rudolph, filling in for Aaron Rodgers, threw two touchdowns and the team forced three takeaways, but they ultimately couldn't convert on the final drive, ending just outside of field goal range. So they did not get to go into overtime. The Bears were highly efficient in the red zone, converting 3 for 3 possessions into touchdowns. It's very good.
Very good. I think Mason Rudolph kind of looks like I forgot his name. Freddie Mercury.
Oh, I can see that. Oh my goodness, we didn't talk about Jameis's gloves.
Oh no!
He wore two gloves.
Damn.
Well, we talked about it.
Oh, throwback to 5 seconds ago. Panthers versus 49ers, 9-20. Brock Purdy had an uncharacteristically bad start, throwing 3 interceptions in the first half, 2 to corner JC Horn, and the 49ers pivoted to a conservative game plan afterwards. Christian McCaffrey was dominant in his first game against his former team since the trade, racking up 142 scrimmage yards and scoring a touchdown. Carolina's defense gave the offense great opportunities with the 3 picks, but the offense managed only 3 points off those turnovers. Quarterback Bryce Young was intercepted late while in scoring position. San Francisco's defense held the Panthers' offense to just 1 touchdown, a 29-yard pass to McMillan, and dominated the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Brock Purdy ate before this game, but he was
What's the opposite of perks? Laxatives. He was shitting
he,
himself so bad.
he was seeing ghosts. I don't know. Maybe they need to get him some colorblind glasses because he was just throwing them to the wrong guys. Crazy.
Right. Which
That
is
was
crazy
so
because they
insane.
were wearing all white. I guess
Ugh,
they were seeing ghosts.
seeing ghosts. I don't know. That was really
That is so
insane.
funny.
How do you? He threw they turned the ball over so many times and the Panthers still couldn't do shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna blame Bryce Young for that. I will blame their defense.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
couldn't have possibly been Bryce Young.
It's never Bryce Young's fault anymore. Ever since we found out he's a Latino king.
Latino icon. It wasn't him.
No, it couldn't be. There's no way. Well, let's get into some quick shout outs, and that'll be all for week 12. First, we had the Buccaneers versus Rams, 7-34. Los Angeles jumped out to a huge 21-0 lead early in the second quarter and never looked back, extending their win streak to 6 games. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford, excuse me, I always call him Stratford. I don't know why. Threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Devontae Adams, and had a phenomenal start, going 12 for 12 before his first incompletion. That's kind of crazy. As you know, we talked about it. Baker Mayfield left the game in the second half with the left shoulder injury, capping a rough day where the offense mustered just 193 yards. It's like
Womp
less than
womp.
almost half than what they usually get.
Damn. Yeah,
It's
this
crazy.
one was rough to watch. I will say though, like after this game, I think the Rams are like the team to watch.
Really?
Mm,
It's
in my
crazy.
humble opinion.
We'll see what they do
Also,
next weekend.
this is the game that Teddy Bridgewater came in.
And he was
Teddy,
also wearing 2
Teddy,
gloves.
Teddy two gloves.
Oh,
According to
yeah.
Albert, how does he know that? I don't know, but yeah,
Teddy
but
2
they're not
gloves.
even like they're like receiver gloves. They're like the sticky receiver gloves. I thought that was so crazy.
Is that
When have you
allowed?
ever seen a quarterback wearing the sticky receiver glove? Albert actually did tell me that there is someone else that does it, but I can't remember who it was.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, how the fuck do you know that? How do you just know off the top of your head like what gloves every single quarterback wears? That's so insane.
I'm telling you, you need to take that man to rehab.
He needs to go to intervention.
Like we all come together. It's like, hey, we love football just as much as you. But goddamn, you don't need to know what high school they go to and their record in high school and everything like that.
And what kind of
This
gloves they wear.
and what kind of gloves they wear. That is so crazy.
Oh man, I can't remember who it was. There, he did say there was another one that does wear gloves like that. But anyways, yeah, that was a disappointing loss for the Bucks.
For sure.
But the Jets versus Ravens, 10-23. Derrick Henry dominated the second half, scoring two 2-yard rushing touchdowns to erase a 7-3 halftime deficit. The Jets' only touchdown came in the second quarter on a 13-yard pass to John Mechie after holding the Ravens offense to 0 of 5 on third downs in the first half.
Yeah, the game was so close in the first half that I actually thought the Jets were gonna beat the Ravens, and if they beat the Ravens, I was gonna do something crazy. I don't know
I
what.
was canceled. Canceled the Ravens.
Like I would have been like, oh my god, that is so insane. Like what the fuck.
Damn.
Well, we also had Seahawks versus Titans, 30 for 24. Jackson Smith, JSN, we'll just call him that. JSN had a monster game with 8 catches for season high 167 yards and 2 touchdowns, setting a new Seahawks single setting a new Seahawks single season receiving yards record. And he also had like 50 points in fantasy.
Yeah. That's crazy that I have Jameer Gibbs and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Love it. Sam Darnold threw for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, bouncing back from a 4 pick performance from the previous week. And Cam Ward did show some fight this game with a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, but the team couldn't recover the final onside kick. That's a tough one.
Mm, that's tough. It's a tough loss. I honestly though, I didn't think the Titans were good. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be that close. I thought they
That
were gonna get blown
close.
out.
Me too. And yeah, that's why we had to shout them out real quick because what the fuck?
Period. Albert said it's Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett and Teddy Bridgewater wear receiver gloves. Jameis doesn't usually, but he did last game. I don't think anyone else does currently.
Wait, so Jameis wasn't wearing receiver gloves, but wait, he was or he was not? Because I thought you said he was not.
I don't know.
Okay,
I didn't. No idea. We'll have to
okay,
get what is it? Phone a friend.
right.
A follow up. I'll take that and get back to you next week.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
um, Last but not least, though, Patriots versus Bengals, 26-20. The game featured 2 interception return touchdowns. Bengals Geno Stone picked off Drake May, and Patriots corner Marcus Jones immediately answered with a 33-yard pick six of Joe Flacco.
Damn.
Hunter Henry, Patriots
Hey,
tight end, was key, catching 7 passes for a career high 115 yards, including a 28-yard touchdown. He good.
that's yeah, that's so crazy because I was debating him and somebody else, and I was like, I'm
Theo
just gonna pick him.
Johnson.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna pick him because he was the first one who I was gonna pick. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with my gut because every time I don't go with my gut, something bad happens. And
Right.
I actually won, guys. And I beat my 9 week losing streak and won one
She's
game.
so back. Guys, be careful. She's so back.
I wouldn't go that far, but at least I won. I
It's
don't have to cry
close.
about it.
Hey, it's pretty close now. You're
No,
like
it's
one game.
not.
Yes, you're only like one game off from everybody else.
Bro, I'm like 3-9. This is
Yeah, but
horrible.
everyone else is only 4-10.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. You won.
Yeah.
Tua inch Penix won.
I never thought I would live to see the day. I rejoiced.
Yeah, me either. I thought I was gonna have to kill myself.
And on that note, that's our week 12 wrap up. And that's our week 12 wrap up.
What a crazy weekend for football. Thanks for watching, everyone. And subscribe now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our takes on week 13.
And we'll catch you next week for more drama, more craziness, and more NFL discussion.
And happy Turkey Day if you celebrate. Peace
Happy
out.
Turkey Day. Bye.